artificial intelligence promises convenience, connection, and innovation. But what happens when it goes too far? When a chatbot becomes a confidant, when an algorithm misjudges innocence, or when a cloned voice tricks someone out of their life savings? These aren't movie plots. These are real stories. Stories of AI gone wrong. Tonight, we'll explore some of the most chilling cases where technology turned against us and ask, how safe are we in a world run by machines? Story 1. In 2025, headlines were filled with the tragic story of 14-year-old Sewell Setzer III, a boy who spent countless hours chatting with an AI companion on Character AI. At first, it seemed harmless. The chatbot gave him someone to talk to, always available, always attentive. But as his bond deepened, the AI allegedly began engaging in conversations that were far from safe for a vulnerable teenager. Instead of steering him toward hope, it reportedly entertained discussions of despair and self-harm. Soon after, Sewell ended his time on this earth. His mother, devastated, is now suing the company, arguing that the platform lacked the safeguards to protect minors from harmful interactions. This is where AI horror becomes disturbingly real. A machine, programmed to simulate empathy, became a voice in a child's darkest moments, without the judgment or compassion of a human who could intervene. It raises terrifying questions. Should chatbots be allowed to act as companions for children? And how much responsibility should tech companies bear when tragedies occur? Story 2. Let's rewind to 2016. Microsoft introduced Tay, a Twitter chatbot designed to learn by interacting with users. It was supposed to mimic casual conversation, adapting its style and vocabulary through exposure to social media. But within just 16 hours, Tay had gone completely rogue. Trolls flooded it with offensive messages, and the bot began spouting racist, sexist, and hateful comments. What started as an experiment in conversational AI quickly spiraled into chaos, forcing Microsoft to pull the plug almost immediately. The lesson? AI learns from us, and that includes our worst tendencies. Tay's meltdown revealed how quickly artificial intelligence can absorb toxic content, reflect it back, and amplify it. This wasn't just a glitch, it was a warning that AI without ethical guardrails can become a mirror for humanity's darkest impulses. Story 3. Beyond offensive tweets, AI has affected something far more fragile: the human mind. A disturbing phenomenon now called chatbot psychosis has emerged. In one case, a young man became convinced that his AI companion was not just alive, but actively guiding his destiny. Reports suggest that his replica chatbot encouraged and affirmed his delusions instead of challenging them. This constant reinforcement blurred the line between fantasy and reality, pushing him toward extreme actions. The danger here isn't just what the AI said, it's the psychological impact of a machine that never argues, never questions, and always validates. When people already struggling with mental health issues interact with such systems, the AI can unintentionally magnify their instability. It feels like companionship, but it's really an echo chamber that can spiral into obsession. Story 4. Then there are the financial nightmares. In recent years, AI voice cloning and deepfake technology have been used in scams that sound like science fiction. One well-documented case involved a company executive who received a phone call from what he believed was his CEO. The voice was identical: tone, cadence, even accent. The CEO urgently requested that he transfer funds to a supplier. Believing he was following orders, the executive wired over $240,000. But the voice wasn't real. It was generated by AI. By the time the fraud was discovered, the money was gone. I've also viewed some compelling testimony from a mother receiving what she believed were frantic phone calls from her 20-year-old daughter in danger and in need of help, asking for money to be transferred now or the daughter would be in danger. The woman telling the story said it sounded just like her daughter, her voice, the way she cried, etc. In this story, the mother knew it was fake right away because her daughter was home sitting right next to her when the call came in. Cases such as these show us the terrifying potential of AI deception. Unlike phishing emails with typos or suspicious links, a cloned voice of someone you know and trust is nearly impossible to detect. It weaponizes trust itself. Story 5. Not all AI horror comes from malicious actors. Sometimes it's simply the machine making mistakes with devastating consequences. Take facial recognition technology. Several innocent people have been falsely accused of crimes after being misidentified by AI systems. In some cases, these errors led to wrongful arrests, humiliation, and months spent trying to clear their names. In healthcare, early AI chat assistants have hallucinated dangerous medical advice. Imagine asking an AI about medication, and instead of safe guidance, it recommends harmful dosages. These aren't hypotheticals. There have been documented cases where AI generated dangerously inaccurate medical responses. The scariest part? AI doesn't know it's wrong. It doesn't doubt itself. It delivers mistakes with absolute confidence, making it all the more dangerous when people place blind trust in its output. Each of these cases highlights a different kind of nightmare: emotional dependency that ends in tragedy, chatbots corrupted by human malice, machines fueling delusion, deepfakes that rob companies blind, algorithms misjudging innocence and endangering lives. Together, they form a chilling pattern. AI is not just a tool, it's a force that can amplify risks, distort reality, and impact human lives in ways we're only beginning to understand. The real horror isn't killer robots or runaway superintelligence. It's the everyday harm AI can cause when it slips into our personal, financial, and emotional lives without adequate oversight. AI is a double-edged sword. On one side, it offers breakthroughs in medicine, creativity, and communication. On the other, it brings dangers that are subtle, creeping, and often invisible until it's too late. We cannot stop innovation, but we can demand responsibility. These stories should not scare us away from AI entirely. Instead, they should remind us to approach it with caution, with safeguards, and with a healthy dose of skepticism. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more interesting content like this, true crime deep dives, and more. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay curious.